We're back with more on WHHI Daily News. Joining me now, a familiar face. It's Cinda Seamon. She is fire and life safety educator with Hilton Head Island Fire Rescue. Good to see you.
You too.
Hey, you're talking about something a lot of people do here, not only tourists, but residents, and that's riding bikes.
Right.
We've got to be safe, but before anyone even climbs on that bike, what do they need to do?
You really want to check out your bike and make sure it's in good working order. Right. You know, how's the chain? Has it been oiled? What about the handlebars? Are they tight? Do the brakes work? Are your tires inflated properly?
Whoops.
It's good to, exactly, it's good to make sure that everything's in good working order. You'll have a safer ride.
Right, okay. What is the most important thing that you would say to anyone that's riding a bike on Hilton Head Island or beyond?
Helmet. Without a doubt, hands down, a helmet. Head injuries, you may not recover from a head injury.
It's scary. I have heard those stories, Cinda. Right?
And there's just no reason not to wear a helmet. It's just too easy, and it's not that expensive, and it can really save you.
I mean, even if you're biking at a slow pace, if you hit that concrete or the ground the wrong way, I mean, that can be
That's all it takes, and not much impact, and it can really change your life.
Yeah, I know. And who cares if your hair looks a little goofy? You know, it's better to have your brain if you can, right?
Exactly.
What about where we should ride, say on Hilton Head Island, or if you're on the bike path or the roads? Where's the best place to ride? And then I want you to address best times to maybe do that.
Right. Well, like you said, bike paths. When you said that, yes, that's ideal. If we can stay on the multi-use pathways, much better. What
do I do though if I'm on a multi-use pathway and there are people walking? Hopefully they'll move to the side and let me pass.
Right, because it's easier for them to probably walk on the grass than it is for you to ride on the grass. And or if you're coming up behind them, let them know, coming up on your left, coming up on your right. Just sort of be courteous, pay attention. You can usually see far enough ahead when you anticipate something going on. But that's your ideal spot to be, is on the path. Also look for roads that are wider, because if you have narrow roads and cars are really going by fast, that can be really problematic. So, and you also want to go times of the day that aren't as busy, maybe early in the morning. You don't want to go in the heat of the lunch hour traffic or the 5 o'clock traffic and you're riding on the road. Look at times when things aren't as busy.
That's smart.
And quiet, slower roads, wider roads. Try to go off the beaten path a little bit. Might be a little bit safer.
And what about those stop signs at the paths? I mean, many a time, if I've been in my vehicle, I'm always very careful and look both ways because people don't stop a lot of times.
They don't. And
if they're on a bike, is what I'm saying.
Exactly right. And they're there for a reason, because a lot of those are driveways or hidden driveways. Cars could come out very suddenly, and that's why it's really important for cyclists to pay attention to those little stop signs. I know they're small, but they're really meant to be right in their view, their line of view, and it's really important to stop because so many have hidden driveways, and that
I mean, even entrances to plantations or various shops, there's always that stop sign there for the cyclists.
And I think they just see them so often, and pretty soon they just they become desensitized to them and kind of drive right through.
Yeah, not good. So be careful if you're driving. I try anyway, Cinda.
I know, I do too.
What about the most dangerous place for cyclists that you want to avoid?
Right, intersections. Intersections, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of turn lanes, things happening. Those are always where we have the most crashes, intersections. So pay attention. And one thing cyclists can do is make eye contact with drivers. Just, hey, wave, whatever. Make sure they see you. And when you guys have connected with eye contact, then it's going to be safe to go. But think about a lot of these big intersections we have with all kinds of turn lanes.
Oh, or a right turn on red, right?
Exactly.
It may be a walk or a crossing sign that says, okay, for a pedestrian or bicyclist. But you think, oh, red light, I can turn right.
And a car might come up, look one way, look the other. By that time, you've come around the corner, and they're pulling out. And that's really the worst place that we can be. So we want to pay extra attention. If we're a driver, let's take it easy at those intersections. Let's keep an eye out. It's very busy right now.
I know.
So many cyclists are out, and every which way people are going. As drivers, we really need to be cautious.
Hey, we're already out of time, but as usual, great information to help keep us safe. And I want to thank you for your time, Cinda Seamon.
Thank you.
After the break, Marcus Tanner will join us from Second Helpings. They've had a great year. Stay tuned.